Hey, welcome back. Look at that one. Look at that one. Nature. Nature always gives back. All right, so today we're talking about anger and rage. Is it good? Is it bad when you're doing jiu-jitsu, when you're doing competition? Okay, it can be both. That's the short answer, but we're gonna dive deep into this. Okay. Look, this channel comes from a trauma-informed perspective. When I'm talking about finances, when I'm talking about travel, when I'm talking about jiu-jitsu, when I'm talking about my own life, it's coming from a trauma-informed perspective. That's what this whole channel is going to be about as it continues. Okay? Anger and rage, I'm not going to call them bad. I'm not going to call them negative. They can be, but from a 30,000-foot view, they aren't. It has to, you have to dissect it from that situation. They can be used for good. When you think about, right now, Doge, all the money that we're seeing, all the wasted money that USAID has gone to other countries to just BS initiatives like trans theater plays in Kazakhstan. I can't recall them all, but there's similar ones in other countries. And all the wasted money, all the wasted American taxpayers' money, it is righteous, it is good to get angry about that. Okay? It's stealing people's retirements, it's devaluing the dollar. Okay? It's good to get angry about that. Central and South America, which I'm very intimate in, all the failed, overthrown governments and elections that the CIA has done, it's just led to disaster. No country is better because of what the CIA has done to overthrow a government or to overturn an election. What right do they have to do this in a sovereign country with its own sovereign citizens and their own choice of who they want to be elected and who they want to run their government? Okay, it's good to get angry about that. Okay, back to how this is involved with jiu-jitsu and combat sports. So you've got guys out there, we've seen them, you've seen them. Okay, you see the guy who's at competition and he's just mean mugging, and there's a difference between intensity. There's a difference between intensity and the anger and rage taking over you to a point where you want to hurt someone. Okay, I was a bully in elementary school, in junior high. By the time I got to high school, my self-esteem, I was the scapegoat of the family. I had nothing left. I was so quiet. I had no self-esteem. I had no confidence. But in elementary school and junior high, I was a bully. Okay, the pain that I absorbed from my abuser at my home, that they projected onto me, I could not tolerate it. And I projected that onto other kids in the school, calling them names, making fun of them, teasing them, the whole gamut. And my abuser had that same thing. Okay, that's the generational cycle of things. Okay, my abuser could not tolerate the shame, the guilt, the lack of self-love, the anger, the rage from their own upbringing. They could not tolerate it. And so I was the victim. That was projected onto me. That's called pathological projective identification. When someone can't tolerate a feeling so much that they have to project it out onto society, okay, or onto someone, onto something. So when it comes to competition, if you've been to a jiu-jitsu competition or if you watch the UFC, you've seen these guys. They're just mean mugging. They're ready. They're ready to hurt someone. And look, it's within the rule bounds of jiu-jitsu, of the UFC. Pain's going to be there, right? People are going to get hurt, right? But when you got a guy like Husamar Palhalik, back in the day, the guy used to hold on to leg lock submissions while the ref is still trying to pull him off, and he's ripping guys' legs apart, ripping the ligaments apart, destroying careers. Okay, that dude had a wild upbringing, and he cannot tolerate that pain, and he needs to put that out onto someone else, and the victim is his opponent. Okay. When another guy like Pat Shigoli, he's in the jiu-jitsu circuit, but this guy gives you no room to tap. He rips people's legs to shreds with leg locks, heel hooks, etc. There is no sportsmanship in it. He does not give you time to tap, and if you go against him and you get in one of those, you're going to be out for 6 months to a year because your knee is going to be absolutely twisted backwards. Okay, there is a pain that's not normal. There is a pain inside that person where they need to push it out and identify it onto someone else. They need to take it from here and place it over there, okay? And it's sad, man. It's sad. It's sad that the person themselves, that, look, I was in that pain. It's sad that they're in that pain. It's sad that that thing that happened to them, but it's not okay that there is a victim. There is someone else getting hurt. What needs to happen is, you know, they need to go to therapy. They need to read the books. They need to watch the videos. Jerry Wise, Jay Reid, there's so many out there. So many out there. Patrick Teahan. And they need to process that. Okay, they need to slowly walk through that with the guidance of the therapist. Look, if you're going to therapy, if you're looking for a therapist and you find a therapist and you share something with them, and it takes time, man, it takes time. You share something with them and they tell you, oh, you're being too sensitive. Walk out of their office. Walk out of their office and find a new therapist. Okay, that's not productive. Okay, the main goal of a therapist, in my opinion, is they are building a case for you, an environment for you that is going to be safe. Because look, your first, at least for me, and I think for a lot of people, your first handful of therapy sessions, you're not going to cover much. You're coming in at a state, you're coming in at a broken state, at a, you know, you have no confidence, you have no self-love, you have no self-confidence. You're still so affected by what happened to you, this trauma that happened to you. The therapist's first job is to create that space where you start to trust them, and you realize that this is a place, this is a person that is safe enough for me to open up to. Okay, took me a long time, even with the therapist I ended up with. It took me a long time, and look, I was open. I shared other things with other therapists and the first therapist I had, but it takes time. And their number one job is to create that safe environment, and for you, and to create a space where you trust them, and then you slowly begin to trust other people. That's the process that happens. Okay. So, what can this righteous, you know, if you've gone through it, you've harnessed it a little bit, you've healed, what can this anger and rage do? Okay, I think if you're going up against someone who's got trauma in their background and they know how to harness that anger and rage, okay, you're in for a tough match. Okay, when I go to competition, I haven't forgotten about what happened to me. Okay, I love myself. I've healed a lot. I'm confident in myself. I'm confident in my skills. But when competition time comes, I use that as a tool. And for moments and for I just give myself a little taste. And I remember what happened, and I put myself in that mindset, and I get mad, and I get angry, and I get rageful. And that allows me to add an intensity, a strength, a vibrancy to my game. And it only comes out in competition. Okay, I'm not doing this in training. Okay, I go hard in training. Like, I love going hard. I'm 44. I still love going so hard in training. But when you can harness this as a tool, okay, it can be a powerful aid, ally to your practice. Okay, and whatever it is. Okay, I don't think it's ever going to work in a skill like golf. Golf is you need to be calm, you need to be relaxed. There's things where it's not going to work at. But in the combat sports, okay, and that's what we talk about here. Love jiu-jitsu, man. I freaking love jiu-jitsu. And this can be an ally to you. This can aid you. Look, I'm I'm done talking about myself, but I've gotten gold. I've gotten silver. I've won my division. I've gotten silver in open weight categories. Okay, because of my skill, because of my training, because of my background, and because on that day, I used the anger and the rage as a tool. I'm not looking to hurt anyone. I'm not looking to end anyone's career. I have no vendetta against someone. I've harnessed it. Okay, it's like you got to think of it like how nuclear reactors work. Okay, that same material, that same energy can be used to, you know, what it did in Japan, what the U.S. did in Japan. But also look what else it can, look what else it can do. It can create endless amounts of energy for so many people. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Okay, it can be a tool like a hammer. You can bludgeon someone in the head with it, or you can build a house with it. You can build a nuclear reactor to give people tons of cheap energy, safe, affordable, cheap energy, or you can build bombs with it, okay? When you go to competition, look, number one, go to therapy, read the books, the YouTube videos, work on yourself, man. There's no better reward in my life that I've ever experienced. And for those who come from a trauma background, you know, a crappy childhood where you were abused, you were neglected, physically, verbally, sexually, emotionally, okay, man, start to heal. Please start to heal. I cannot tell you how rewarding the journey is. It is scary at the beginning. It takes courage to call up or to look up that first therapist, or to start, you know, going on YouTube and looking up narcissistic abuse, looking up CPTSD. Okay, it's scary. It's foreign to us. It's a new area. We've never done it. You know, it's like I said on the other video. It's like you'll learn a new skill. Okay, but the healing journey is so worth it, man. Okay, there is look, my 20 and 30-year-old self, and definitely my teenage years, if you were to show me now to that person, I'd be like, who is that? I'd be like, that's you. I'd be like, there's no way. Absolutely not. That's someone playing a different, that's me, but I'm playing a different character. I'm playing someone else. No, I've got all this pain. I've got all this anger. I've got all this hate. I've got all this lack of self-love, lack of self-confidence. I've been hurt. That's me, but I'm playing someone else. But I'm telling you, that is me. Okay, and I can't believe it sometimes. I can't believe the positive feelings I have towards myself sometimes. It makes me emotional. I don't know what to say, man. It is so fulfilling and so thrilling when you have those moments, especially like if you've got a terrible inner critic, when you wake up one day and you're like, wait, I'm not beating myself up like that again. Dude, that is a foundational day in your life. That is a monumental, pivotal day in your life, and it's beautiful, and it's so worth it. It's hard, okay? It's hard doing new things, okay? The anger and rage can be good. It can also be bad. We all know that, okay? Righteous anger is a good thing, okay? Getting mad at injustices is a good thing. Using these tools to better yourself, to get an edge in competition, as long as you're within the rule book, is a good thing, okay? And it can help you. If you carry this around and it's still at the point where you want to hurt someone and you need to project it out, look, I've been there before, man. That was my entire life, was projecting my pain out on others, and I hurt a lot of people, okay? And I feel terrible about it. I'm not happy with that. And it's my responsibility now to better myself. But if you carry that around, okay, there is help out there. Keep watching the videos, watching this channel, man. I'm gonna keep pumping this stuff out. I get value from this. I like doing this. I like sharing this. And I hope you get value, okay? The channel's new. Please like, please subscribe, please comment. Have you used it, okay? Has it given you a good edge, a healthy edge in something? What was it? How'd it work? Okay? Thanks for watching. One more shot of the sunset. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. Thanks. Take care.